Even today, I was able to catch another really good 3 hour scalp. Uh, I can talk about it, but I don't wanna get it. Let me just find this. Why my PC is making noise. Mm, just give me a second. Let me just open everything so I have a better sense of view at what we are looking. Trust me, I haven't looked at the market because I know uh, we have missed the move and what's coming next. Alex, what's up, man? It's great to see you here. To start with Bitcoin, okay. Let us start with the 4 hour time frame. So the good news is that we have done a breakout of our range. Sorry, not this. This volume profile. The good thing is that we have done a breakout of a range. We have done a confirmation that we have done a breakout. But the bad thing is that I faded the most obvious trade in the history, which was basically this. I I was in a long, but then what happened is I basically decided to like close that long. Now the reason were there were good reasons is because of course when you are trading at the value area high, or you can in simple language at the range highs, you want the price to give an instant reaction if it had done a retest. But we were not getting that reaction. Like, do you see these 4 hour candles? Like one, two, three, four. You got four consecutive closes below the value area high. This is not bullish. That was weakness. That was we were turning bearish. Now of course we can argue that this was a weekend, etc. But again, yeah, this was a weekend. We could have done capitulation like how we did here. It was looking very similar to this. So for me, to look to close it was the best scenario because I did not want to um take a L on a trade where I was not really satisfied with the setup. Because and of course we were up almost 7 hour a month. We are still up 6.8 hours, 6.7 hour up on a month. I would need to look at my portfolio. So yeah, I just didn't feel like it was worth the risk and I closed it. But yeah, it was a bad choice and I should have held it towards my original target, which is of course it is 80k. So this was a very obvious trade. You can take it as a resistance, breakout of a resistance, and now we are going higher. So really bullish. I see some people taking shots around this SFP as well. To be honest, I do not consider these highs as a really valid level to look for shorts, and the reason is that you don't just need an swing failure pattern. You need a proper breakdown of this value area high now to look for lower. So let's say even if you do get an SFP and if we go down, then this will play out. If you want a complete bearish plan to play out, you need a breakdown of this 70k level. Now this is a really big level which exists now. So I don't think so. Like right now the trend is this, okay? Trend is this. I don't think so catching these moves are really worth it unless you are at a really good POI. I'm going to repeat this. I do not think so catching move like these are really worth it unless you are trading 1 minute time frame or you are at a really good short POI. Now what is a very good short POI? It is pretty simple. It is our 80k level. Now I can uh, quickly talk about this 80k level. First of all, we have this daily imbalance around this level. You can say it's single print, you can say daily imbalance, whatever you would like to say it. You can see we have our single print around this level. We also have it, I guess, around this. Let me just, well, not exactly single print on a volume profile, but you do have very low volume node around this level, also around this weekly level. And yeah, both of these are good short POIs for me to look for shorts. But essentially this 80k level is the main level which I'm looking at. I don't know what is up with my PC. Okay, it's making so much noises. So that is our first reason, this imbalance. The second reason is, do you see these highs, these maybe equal highs, you can say three equal highs? This is the liquidity, this is the liquidity, this is the liquidity. These candles highs acts as a magnet. They basically act as a magnet, so there is a very high probability that we will go up and sweep them. So, and of course this is not just it. You also have, also, yeah, by the way, for bullish confirmation, RSI have closed above the 50 level, which is also a very good bullish confirmation. And you can see how beautifully it is respecting the yellow line of the RSI. This is basically moving average of 15 days of the RSI. You can see how beautifully we bounced from there, and now we are going higher. RSI still have a room to go up, so I'm not worried about a rejection from here, to be honest. This candle looks really good. That is where I started to get weak, because of course, what the heck are these candles, man? But then yeah, this is good stuff. Okay, so we have naked point of control around this level as well, 68k. Let me just confirm this real quick. Also from here, also want to open the profile. Okay, let me just go on a 4 hour time frame. Yeah, you have a naked point of control around the 78k level. Yeah, it is not. Yeah, okay, 78k 300, 78 k for the, yeah, almost the similar area on the Kiyotaka as well. So you have a naked point of control around this level. So you got tons of confluences, imbalance, single prints, not the single prints, naked point of control, and the equal highs. And also I'm pretty sure you also got a Fibonacci as well. Let me just find OTE. No, no, you do not have 0.62 around the 78k level, but you do have zero point 0.5, which is basically an equilibrium. Zero point 0.5 is m- usually also acts as a really good support and resistance, and you basically do get a lot of rejection from around this level as well. But of course, the most high probable areas are these, but you do not want to disregard the zero point 0.5 as well. And no, I am not like pushing my level and using confluence which doesn't exist. Zero point 0.5 does act as a very good confluence. I have back tested that. And if this level does not work out, which I do believe should work out, then you are looking at higher prices around the naked point of control of 87k, probably the fill of CME and rejection from there. Ideally, this level is very clear because you have this proper box. But if you break out of this box, then you do not have much of a clear levels, okay? Because then you have a weekly level, a CME at 83k, but the weekly level is at 85k, but then the CME is 88k. So do you see how there is a big problem in confluences if we break this 80k level? So I think 80k level is the most probable area to look for shorts, and I will definitely be excited to short this level. But before that, I do not think so. I am ready to short. I am happy to short unless the data shows otherwise, which is of course me getting confirmations about shorting. Okay, so yeah, that is it for the Bitcoin. I am bullish on the Bitcoin for a short term. If you need a one liner, we also have done a breakout on the uh, RSI as well. You can see RSI basically tells you the future. We have done a breakout on the RSI. We have done a breakout on the price action. And this breakout looks really good. I do not expect the complete sweep of 98k, but 88k, sorry, the 80k does make sense. A lot makes sense. So yeah, this is it for the Bitcoin. I am bullish on the Bitcoin. The probable setup which I'm looking at, but before that, I just wanna, we have naked point of control around these levels, right? Yeah, we have a naked point of control around this level. I want to refine the weekly level a bit more. Okay. Yeah. The setup which I'm looking at, again, this is not an official setup, but this is something I am looking at. Uh, 1 hourly, I guess on a 2 hourly and a 4 hourly. Yeah, I guess it was a 4 hour. This looks very clean. I really like how we did a retest of 0.382 to the tick. Do you see, to the tick we did a retest of 0.382, and we have also filled this 4 hour imbalance. I really like this, and we are getting a really good breakthrough from there. Sorry guys, breakthrough from there. You are getting new longs coming in. You can see CVD is going up, the open interest is going up, so this is a very very good scenario you want to see. Also, let me just find this. Okay. Okay, you also do not really have great amount of longs trapped at the highs. Like, yeah, you might argue that this is a good level, but to be honest, how we are holding at this level, so you have to understand the timeline as well. The time is greater than the price. Okay, so do you see, despite the fact that we have uh, we have $140 million of longs trapped at the highs, despite that fact, the price is still not rejecting from it. So means the selling is being absorbed. Like you can see 124 million worth of shorts were open, aggressive shorts, but despite that, price is not reacting and it's continuing to go higher. This is a really good scenario you are looking at. This is indicating the strength. So the setup I'm basically looking at is something like this. Leave this level, then this is your another level which you can look for, 0.62 level for longs. But I think that would be too much, that I'm not a fan of something like this. But if you get it, yeah, this is another setup you're looking at. These are both of these are really good setup, to be honest, in my eyes. You got like a 3 hour setup here. 3 hour is not a bad setup for sure, and you got a setup around this level. You can either play it like this or you can also play it like this, a bigger stop loss. Both of these levels are really good levels and I will enjoying play this out. So yeah, let me just drop this in the chat. Yeah, it's for the Bitcoin, guys. Let's move into the Ethereum. Ethereum is also something I have been looking again. Very, this is what I am talking on Ethereum. Like you break out proper retest and then do you see the reaction? Was the reaction we were lacking on the Bitcoin, which caused me to close the Bitcoin essentially. Okay. So I want to show something. Okay, we can. Yeah, let me just go on a Ethereum different chart so I can essentially show you what do I mean. This is the area where I'm going to accumulate the spot. Um, this, not this. Let me just you have on a weekly. You can find more proper levels on a weekly. This is what I'm talking about. Like, do you have this big range of the Ethereum? Like, do you see how we did a deviation last time? We went up, did a beautiful retest, and then went higher. The similar thing is happening right now if we get a proper weekly closing. But again, keep in mind we still have 6 days to the weekly closing. There's a very, very high probable chance that we basically just go up, do this. Chances of doing this is much higher than a V-shaped reversal like we had here. I'm going to repeat this. The chances of V-shaped reversal happening lesser than a rejection. So I am also placing a good short limit around this, which you play around if you're a swing trader into my um, swing area. But I really like this level as well. Let me just align this more properly. Yeah, so this is the level which I'm looking at for the Ethereum. I do believe that we will essentially go lower than to go higher. I think this will be a bearish retest and we will not close above inside the range again. So you have this range, okay? You have this range. If we get a closing above this range, this is bullish, but I highly doubt that we are going to get that. And I think we will have a deviation as we still have a 6 days to close a candle. So yeah, this is all about timeline. This is it for the Ethereum on the higher time frame. Definitely a setup which I'm looking at. If we come on a 2 hour, if you come on a 2 hour, nothing much on a 2 hour. I certainly really like the 2700 level. It is a good level. But let's see what happens and if we go there. But even before that, we do have a big resistance of 2500 and 2600. So just keep this in mind. We have swept the naked point of control of 2200 to $2,300, but there is no reaction from that, so we are not gonna take a shot. It is as simple as that. Yeah, I can remove that. Overall, nothing about the Ethereum that much. Only the higher time frame setup which I'm looking at. This this is also something you can look at. Do a bearish retest of this and go lower as well. Okay, just keep this level as in your mind. I'm not gonna explain that furthermore. Yeah, I want to talk about the Tau, but the Tau, I'm not a fan of whatever this coin is, honestly. Seems like this is just looks like a bearish retest, if you ask me. Price action of this coin is such a bad. Like, do you see how bad this price action of this coin is? Yeah, unless you get inside this range, I'm not really bullish on the Tau. The people calling the all-time high, I don't know what they're smoking. Unless you see reclaim of this, I'm not bullish. Until then, short the shit out of this, and you will make much more money. Yeah, for me, this probable. So this is the most probable situation. This is the most probable situation. Then this. Okay, just keep this in mind. I'm gonna drop the chart of the Tau in the chat. Do you guys have any specific chart requests? Do let me know. The main thing that I wanted to cover was the Bitcoin, the two longs which I'm looking at. Current market price when I'm not. I do like it, but again, I'm a trader who likes to play out the most obvious setups, and it is not really an obvious setup for me. So I'm gonna pass on that Bitcoin long. I'm talking about the one I sent in the chat, by the way. The second Bitcoin long, that is something where we could potentially see. That is a good one as well. Just keep this in mind. If you have made good money today, you can possibly look to execute this with 0.25 or 0.4 hour if you want to have exposure in the Bitcoin long. But if you don't want to do it, it's fine, you can just ignore it. And if you have any specific questions about the market and anything, do let me know, guys. Yeah, this market have been tough. When I was saying that the market from 26 sorry, not the 26th February. Sorry, guys. What I meant was 9 March. I'm pretty bad with the dates lately. Because do you see, this price action was bad, okay? This price action really jinxed me out. Like, first you did a failed auction, but then you did another. I mean, of course, I know this is a sign of bullishness, but again, what the hell is this then? Why are you closing below the value area highs? So it was a messy price action. I am gonna agree, it was a very indeed a messy price action. This is why I faded and closed the long, but I do have good hopes for upcoming opportunities. So let's see. But hey, I am really happy with this range. Okay, I'm really happy with this range. I made a lot of money in this range. The one coin Ondo. Let's look at the Ondo. Yeah, Ondo still looks like really bad. I think even if the Bitcoin gets, uh, if Bitcoin even gets strengthened, this is the level where the Ondo will be and where you can look for shorts, unless it decides to explode the shit out of it. But I think this is destined to go lower as well. Like, do you see these lows, these liquidities? Yeah, that's nasty. First we sweep the higher time frame liquidity, and then we sweep the lower time frame liquidity. Sorry, the lower liquidity. First the high liquidity. Oh my hell, yeah. And then the lower liquidity. Like, do you see these lows? So this is what I'm expecting on the essentially, considering how Bitcoin is doing and how weak this is. I'm gonna place the limit on here as well. Let me just okay. Let me just drop the chart. Let me just see some other stuff as well. Yeah, you also have a golden pocket around this level. This is a pretty good level, honestly, if you ask me. Let me just use the anchor from here. Yeah, you can see you also have an anchor from this pretty good high. We can also use this one, but I'm not sure if this would be a good one. Not really. Like, if we fail this level, then of course, yeah, you can use it from there. But I think this is a good stuff. You can. This is a good anchor. Yeah, this is a pretty good setup, honestly. I really like it. You have done a breakout of this value area high as well. So if you do get a retest of something like this, then you can also look for longs as well, essentially, towards this. If you get an opportunity, of course. But I'm gonna drop the chart, guys, in the chat. Get for the Ondo. Let me see if I can find something else. Sui, yeah, Sui is also looking really good. I think this is as similar as to Bitcoin and how we have done a breakout. Beautiful Sui setup as well right here. This would have been a very good long. That's why I suggest, guys, auction market theory is something no one should ignore. But Sui is looking good, to be honest to me. If Bitcoin does not shit out, and if Bitcoin plays what I'm looking at, then Sui could be a good trade. Something like this. It is a 2 hour trade. If you want to play riskier, you can play it like this, which will be a 5 hour trade. But I would pass. Or you can play it like this as well, honestly. This looks like a good setup to me. This looks like a very good setup to me. So let's see what happens. It should, if we want to see higher prices, the continuation should happen from here. We should not give a retest and go higher, essentially. That is it for the Sui. Yeah. These are a couple of setups, guys, I'm looking at. Of course, I understand these are not the highest probability setup. Most of them I will not take from myself as well. The Bitcoin long, I might enter with like a small size. The Ethereum swing long, swing short, this is something I am observing daily, and I will be looking to take that short, guys. What happened Tau is something I will observe if there is a weakness on a daily, like if we get a CISD inverse any entry model, I will happily execute that on the Tau as well. And of course, I have given you the Ondo and the Sui idea that I'm looking at. Anyways, guys, if you have any chart requests, any specific chart that you guys want me to look at, if you would like to see my POV, I am happy to chart. Otherwise, I would like to end it here. Another thing I would like to mention, if you guys are not familiar with my style, I like to trade in a way that I like to have 8 hour in a month. So this 8 hour basically converts into 8% on my portfolio. Basically 8 hour, 1 hour represents the 1% of my portfolio, and if I'm making 8 hour, this means basically I'm making 8% on my portfolio. And I think which is great, if as a beginner or even as an advanced trader, if you're making 5 to 6 hour a month, that is more than great. You don't need to have a perspective of making r like 50, 60. I think that's too much. You don't need to stress yourself that much, because in the end, the ideal situation was that you want to do the trading for the freedom. But if you're not going to get the freedom, if you're going to look at the charts 24/7, I don't think so that is worth it. Okay, you, the 8 hour theory, 8 hour situation gives me the peace of mind as well, and I am happy with the money that I'm, especially I trade on the prop firms, etc. So yeah, do let me know, guys, if you have any other specific request. Otherwise, I am end this stream, because I mostly trade the Bitcoin. I have given you the update of the Bitcoin. Bullish in the short term, bearish at the long term, and I will happily execute at the 80k if I get the trigger. Not the 80k, the 90k and 87k is the next level I'm looking at, guys. Okay, that's the one liner of the stream. You should study the range. If you're a beginner trader, you should study the range. You can learn a lot from that range. Pippin, yes. Let's look at the Pippin. Okay. Oh, this looks dead, man. What do you want me to look at? Oh my hell! What the? I mean, you have this imbalance, but I'm not sure if that's gonna work. To be honest. What the hell, man? What is this chart? Yeah, I'll not trade this chart, by the way. Ah, man, just be careful with your money, bro. You don't gamble your money. It's your hard-earned money. Yeah, you do not wanna catch the falling knife on this. To be honest, I will pass this. Honestly. This is a level where you can look for potential longs. But if you're saying you're gonna make an entry at the current market price, nah, man, I'm fine. This is the level you can start to look for longs if given reaction. Man, buy the dip. You don't buy the dip at the shit coins. You buy the dip at on assets which you have conviction on, like Bitcoin, like Nvidia, Solana. No, not the Solana. Fuck Solana. Astaghfirullah. No risk, no Lambo. No, bro. I don't want a Lambo like that. Lambo like that. Jeez, what the hell is this chart? Why is it crashing like that? Do you know what happened to this? But yeah, I mean, you can look for strength in. Well, yeah, bro. Look at this 1 hour. This looks like a gorilla. What the hell? There is no strength in here. Even the 5 minute screams for lower. Okay, look for a proper strength. Like, what do you want to see? Is like you want to see a V-shaped reversal. Like, do you see this imbalance we have formed? You want to see a candle close above that imbalance. You want to long. That is how you want to look for entries. You do not want to long this, bro. This is gonna go lower. Yeah, that's bad, bro. Be careful with your money, man. That's scary. Okay, I don't like this chart. What about anything else? Anything else? I'm not gonna look at BCH. This is a shit coin. I don't know. I would never understand what this coin is, honestly. There was a time I used to farm the airdrop of the Phantom. I don't even know what is up with this coin anymore, to be honest. Yeah, what the hell is this? Do you want to come on the stage? Advisory, bro. Mm, I wanna look at something else as well. I also farmed the Move airdrop and I made good money from it, but now I feel bad. Yeah, do you see? This was my previous analysis. I think I charted it somewhere around there. If you need a weekly closing above that level I marked, if you get that, then on the retest we can look for entries. We never got that. You got a SFP. That was your short entry. This chart. It looks bad. I sold my Move airdrop at $1. This shit is trading at $0.02. Oh my god. Go on a daily. Yeah, I sold my airdrop around here. Best thing I have done ever. And I made like 2 grand or something. Mm. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, the thing is most of the altcoins either have taken out or you want to take a setup which is not an A plus, like we are doing on the Bitcoin or the SUI. Like, do you see these are not A plus setups? They does not have a really good confidence. So yeah. Chinese whales manipulating the price. I don't know, man. I don't trade altcoins. Don't it is not even about the manipulative coin. It is about any chart in the world, even if that is um Nvidia, let's say, or even if that is Bitcoin. You do not want to make an entry on any chart the universe who looks like that. Look for strength in before you make an entry, even if that is like a freaking SPX. Okay, I'm not gonna long SPX if it looks like that. At that point, I'm just gambling. I'm better off betting on black than longing this coin, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. If it works, if it works. But again, it's a gambling. I don't want to do gambling. I want to make a educated guess. So yeah, yes, guys. Thank you for joining in. PM, I would say wait for strength in the lower time frame, then look for entries. Do not look to gamble your money. I don't think so. That is worth longing in right now. Ondo is something I'm actively looking at because I really, really like the Ondo chart. And if you guys stumble upon coin which you think you would like to see a POV of mine on, you can look at it. Plus, you can always watch the recordings of our stream, of my stream, or any analyst stream recording from this channel. Just go out. We have uploaded bunch of videos, recorded videos for us. Thank you, Bilal, for recording this. The guy is the legend. Yeah, peace out, guys. We do the stream every Monday and every Thursday, so sure to that interest button if you like the style of mine. I'm gonna go and eat something and I'm gonna go and wrap up my shit. And I'm cooking a scalping strategy for you. So soon we will be able to do the live trading. Soon you will get much more setup. So yeah, just stay tuned. It is a matter of couple of months before we get that. So yeah, you guys have a great day. I see you on the next stream, which is Thursday. Or maybe I might have to cancel the stream if there's a need. So yeah, I'll let you know. Cheers, guys.